All right, so I had a real good comp game against, somebody in UFC 4. And basically what I wanted to do today, guys, is talk about UFC 5 and how, fights should really go down inside of the game. And if, people try to fight outside of this in terms of spamming or just absolute nonsense and just skill. And shout out to my boy Webs24. This is the first matchup I had against him, but, it was nothing but respect. Messaged him, and it was all love and respect. So, I had a lot of fun in this match. But yeah, like, people that are skillless, that don't know what they're doing, they should not be able to fight outside of this play style. You should, there should be, punishment for, getting damage and all of that. But to break down this fight, I came out into the fight, I wanted to work to the body early on. I'm in the orthodox stance right now. I wanted to go to the body and work the body. So that's all I'm doing right now. Kind of throwing combinations, but he kind of adjusted to me going to the body early, started throwing a lot of uppercuts. So I started to kind of be a little bit wary of it and try my best to not just randomly throw a body shot without setting it up top first with some combinations. I'm very basic when I fight, guys. I don't try to like throw out a bunch of combinations. I try to pick a point where I want to go, whether it's going to be a leg attack or a body attack. Since Alexa has such good boxing, I was like, I want to go for a body attack. But you guys can see, he is at times, starting to throw that uppercut. So I decided to throw the leg kick in there, the lead leg kick in there every now and then. And I wasn't really picking up on the head kicks too much. So you'll see that throughout the fight. But I denied a takedown there and I get back to the center of the octagon. And right now, guys, we're not spamming, guys. We're literally not spamming. He, feints some kicks right there, knocks me down, throws an overhand. There's no spam here. It's literally just setups, feint, and setup. Good strikes being thrown. There's no clinch spam, right? There's no takedown spam. There's no pressure striking spam. We're just trying to figure it out, trying to get our stuff going. And I feel like this is how fights in UFC 5 should be playing out. It shouldn't be to the point where people are able to do what they did in UFC 4, where they can just pressure you, throw 200, 300 strikes with no stamina drainage, no penalty for that. Please, UFC, for the love, I'm praying and begging. Like, this is coming with all love and respect, guys. Please, game changers, talk to the developers, whatever you guys can do. Please do not allow people to throw 300 strikes within 2 rounds and not be gassed at all. You can't just blow out the tank like that and expect to still be effective. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? I watched the video from my boy JMMA. He did say, this was from him testing out the beta. He did say that you will be able to fight on the back foot. I'm one of those people that have always done that because I, started off playing safely. But then at some point I had no choice but to play off the back foot because these spammers that just pressure forward, they throw 300 strikes with a good powerful boxer, or they're just pressuring forward, throwing a bunch of strikes. And before you know it, you're losing maybe 50% of those matches because the people that's doing it to you, there's no real skill gap there. So that needs to be adjusted. I'm hoping and praying that they can adjust that. You see right there so far, he threw 91 strikes, but he wasn't spamming. This is more respectable. A lot of people throw over 100 strikes off of just straight spam, but as you guys just saw right there, a lot of setups, right? A lot of feints. It's not like we're out there just going ballistic, trying to clinch spam, trying to get a standing guillotine, trying to get back mount and get a. I feel like there's just too much ways you can spam. So as you guys can see right here, I switched to southpaw just to throw that hook to the body, that rear hook to the body. I wanted to switch it up because I felt the attack of me doing that lead uppercut to the body, it was just too easy for me to get countered with the uppercut from him. So I decided to, anytime you guys see me switch to southpaw, that's when I'm throwing that hook to the body and, kind of mixing it up. I didn't want to do it too often because at some point he probably would pick that up. As you guys can see right there, total strikes landed was literally dead even at that point. Those should be the stat for the significant strike, but you see him right here going for the clinch, right? He's not spamming, he's working in the clinch, getting strikes. I get out of it, and look, this is lovely, guys. This is great. Like, this is great. Hopefully me and Webbs can get some good matches in on UFC 5. I hope that's going to be the case. I'm gonna try to spar with them to just learn the game. I suggest you guys do that. Find somebody you can spar with to learn the game as quickly as you possibly can, because I don't want to be going on ranked having to get spammed to death with whatever they're doing, whether that's because they're gonna figure out some type of spam, right? The game's not gonna be perfect, we know that. So I don't want to be just on ranked trying to figure it out on the fly. I'm not doing that. So as you guys saw right there, even when I switched to southpaw, he started to pick up on that, and he's throwing a lot of uppercuts. So me kind of going to the body with the strikes is kind of messing me up a little bit now, because it's not like I can just get away with being an orthodox or switching to the southpaw. He was able to counter that pretty well, so I had to shoot in for a takedown there to kind of mix it up. I like to do that every now and then, mix up the striking. In this instance right here, there's no spam once again. He was doing a good job of feinting a little bit, or kind of like faking the transitions and going into his next move. He got me into the rubber guard right here. I got back into the full guard. He tried to do a transition to the left. I deny it, get half guard, try to jump top mount, but he did a great job of blocking it. So I deny him right here on that attempt to go up or reverse the position and get to full mount. So right here, I'm just trying to work, be smart, get some damage going down right here. This is one of those positions, guys, where you can't be mad about what happens here. I don't get mad about what happens here because it's a dominant position. Like we've seen it in real life. Whenever someone gets in a top mount situation like this, they're pretty, for the most part, you end up in a bad situation unless you're Tony Ferguson. That's an animation I don't like, how you can just throw a punch down and get fully reversed. Like it's very, very stupid to me, in my opinion. That needs to be adjusted. That's a dominant position where people can't just escape because the person on top mount missed the punch, or the person on bottom swayed. That was kind of annoying to me. So yeah, so far, guys, this game is going really, really good. I'm enjoying watching this, right? Watching this back. This is my first time watching it back. Obviously, I would say he won the first round, and then I obviously just won the second round right there. Hopefully, they give more legitimate feedback at the end of each and every single round. That's something that really wasn't mentioned. It's not the end of the world if they don't do that, but like, come on, it's a new game. We need some type of depth to the game. So now my new wrinkle is like I'm throwing that body kick instead of trying to just go down with the strikes every single time. Because remember, guys, I'm working the body. But me just simply trying to throw a lead uppercut to the body or switch into a hook to the body, it's like all I'm doing now is putting myself in danger to get hit with an uppercut, which he's been landing pretty much all of the fight. I was having a hard time seeing when he was going to throw that. And he catches me with a wicked overhand right there. You see, I put myself in that bad position right there, right? Me switching to the southpaw, trying to work right there, trying to work the body with the hook, and end up, allowing me to get countered and hurt almost instantly. Now he's picking his shots. He's landed some really good shots right here. I'm trying to evade. He pushes me back right there. I try to land a hook on him, but he was just out of range. So now I'm back to working the body, but once again, he's throwing a bunch of great combinations. The uppercut was money for him the entire fight, up until this point. So now I'm just trying to recover, guys. I'm trying to let that block build back up. Good thing he's not a block spammer, because he would literally be able to just spam the block break in how it was, in UFC 4, which in UFC 5, that should not be a thing. People shouldn't be able to spam the block break in. So I throw out a left hook, right hook combination, stun him right here. Now I'm trying to pick my shots. I act like I was going to the body with the head, with the body kick, but came up to the head. That ends up working out really, really well when you've been attacking the body for the most part. Now I'm noticing that he's countering a lot every time I try to attack. So now I'm kind of being a little bit more patient, a little bit more safe with my attacks in terms of his counters. Still working the body with the body kick. Pretty simple right now, my attack, guys. 1-2s, right hook. I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. I could throw combinations, but once again, guys, he is throwing a bunch of combinations himself, and he's countering pretty well. So the only thing I can do is keep it very basic with an attack to the body, that leg kick to the body, and just 1-2s and straights. You see me switching into that southpaw right there. I told you guys, every time I switched into the southpaw, I was just really looking to land that hook to the body. And once again, guys, he caught me with another good combination, knocks me down. I was able to react right there and stop him from jumping down, which was a saver, right? I got saved right there. But once again, this is a great fight. It's a great fight, guys. Like, I'm enjoying this breakdown right now because these type of fights, guys, you could tell right now that these fights, they happen, you know, in UFC 4, but it's rare compared to what you're gonna face 9 times out of 10 in terms of the spammers that are on the game. So anytime you can have a match like this where legitimate IQs involved, you know, legitimate skills involved, it's a really great thing. So one big adjustment I decided to make, and I would say he won that round. He put on a lot more damage on me. I would say he won that round, even though I had a bit of, you know, some moments in that round. I think he won that round for sure. But I would say that, you know, we have to enjoy these kinds of fights, right? That's the main point I'm trying to get at. We have to enjoy these kinds of fights because they don't come by very often. But now we're in the 4th round. I decided to kind of let him counter, just stay in his face and pressure, let him just try to go for a counter, and I would react to that. So that was a big adjustment I wanted to point out that I made in this 4th round right here, is to stay in his face, be very basic, a jab, 1-2s, hooks, you know, that lead kick to the body, and let him do the countering, and then I'll react off of his counter. You see him going for a takedown right there. He gets a takedown. I'm on bottom now, trying to be smart here, trying to figure out how good is he at denying, right? When you get on the ground, you kind of want to gauge out, okay, how good is your opponent at denying? You also want to pay attention to the grapple advantage meter. He just gets up right there. I guess he might have gotten up because, you know, we're having such a chest smash on the feet right now. He probably was enjoying it too himself, because I mean, he had great positioning on the ground right there. He could have got some work on the ground, but he decided not to do it. Now I'm kind of reacting to the uppercut a little bit better, still working the body, still being smart. He catches the body kick right there. I was pretty much trying to deny a takedown attempt right there because he had a few takedown attempts. I didn't want to take me down again. So now, as you guys can see, I'm still being patient, but I throw the head kick instead. Instead of going to the body, now I throw the head kick, go down to the body, lead hook to the body, and then I go up top right hook, right? Same thing, trying to work the body again. He's stopping it, or, you know, fully denied it. And now I'm working back to the center of the octagon. That's one thing I like to do, guys. I like to get back to the center of the octagon, you know, to avoid having my back to the cage where there's really no room to fight off the back foot. So once again, I'm letting him react. I'm just kind of staying in his face, going southpaw to throw that hook to the body, trying to go to the head again, trying to get him confused. And now I'm just waiting for him to do a counter, guys. You see right there, anytime he goes for a counter, I attack off of that. He's already kind of hurt, so me, you know, overdoing it, attacking him won't do anything. You see him swing big and miss, energy drainage. So now I know he's tired. Once again, I'm letting him just do all of the action, and then I react. I did an uppercut to the body, which I hadn't thrown the whole fight. Just a simple straight to the face. Now his body's really hurt. He's tired. I'm working. I get the knockout. And that whole fight was great, man. Shout out to Webbs. You know, I can't say enough about that fight, man. I hope that's how this can be inside of UFC 5. And obviously there's going to be moments when players try to be aggressive. Hopefully they can do it in a skillful manner where it's like, okay, if you're going to spam, you're blowing yourself out, right? You always hear them say you don't want to punch yourself out. When someone's sitting there going crazy, that's literally them punching themselves out. And UFC 5 has to understand that and make that adjustment to say, okay, we're not going to allow players to punch themselves out. We're not going to allow that. So you see right there, we got the job done. Let me know what you guys want to see inside of UFC 5, man. Are you guys excited for it? Just drop your comments about UFC 5, man. I mean, it's been 3 years. That's the usual cycle for UFC games. So it's always very exciting when we get a new one. But you guys see right there, I'm in Division 20, always in Division 20 every season. Not to try to brag or to be weird, but you know, some people are going to be skilled at the game, some people are not. So in terms of the first round, you know, I want to break down the fight stats. You guys saw how it worked out. But the first round, you see right there, I would say that he obviously won. He outstruck me, right? And then second round, let's see what I did right here. I mean, I obviously bounced back and won that second round. Got a takedown, got a control time, outstruck him in total strikes. Significant strikes was pretty even, obviously dead even. But I won that round for sure. Round 3, he definitely hurt me. even though I had a good bounce back, right? I mean, round 3 was debatable, right? You could say I won round 3, but he had bigger moments right there. He had a body health event, so I'll give him round 3, even though I outstruck him. He still landed the bigger shots, I would say. And then inside of round 4 is when I made that big adjustment, and got the finish. And you guys can see my striking totals actually just went up as the match went on. That's what I love to do. I love to use fighters for the most part that can has great cardio, and as the fight goes on, I can up my activity. That's how I like to fight. I like to start off slow, figure out my opponent, and then as the fight goes on, up the activity, because if I'm playing against a spammer that's actually going to get penalized in UFC 5 and they're trying to do that, they're not going to be able to last 5 rounds. So if I'm fighting smart, being defensively responsible, all of a sudden I'm going to win those fights 9 times out of 10, because I'm fighting for the long haul, right? Whether I'm working the body or working the leg, I'm thinking about finishing the fight in the later parts of the, finishing the fight in the later rounds, right? Championship rounds. You see me get the finish here in round 4, and that's pretty much going to do it for the video, guys. So this was a beautiful display right there. You guys saw, at that moment, it was a split decision. If the scorecards were to end at that particular moment. And that's going to do it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, you already know what to do, man. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, just simply let me know, what are your thoughts about, me talking in this video? Do you guys agree with me about this is how UFC 5 fights should be? It should have to require skill. You should have to, obviously manage your energy. Like, these are simple, basic things that should be in the game. I shouldn't have to be saying this, but I'm saying it. And I'm saying this with all due respect. EA, the developers, the game changers for UFC 5, please just make sure that these simple things are in the game. Don't allow people to spam and throw 300 strikes within the first 2 rounds, right? Because the striking totals we have right now, within 4 rounds, people put up this in 2 rounds, guys. 2 rounds, someone's throwing 300 strikes. It's just like, I'm like, what's going on here? So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Can't wait for UFC 5. Drop your comments down below, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hey, it's your boy John Ranks, and I'll catch you on the next video, man. Peace.
Gang, they cannot do it like him. Nobody shooting like him. Gang, nobody doing like him. That nigga hate everyone cause he broke, and that's why nobody like him. Gang, SD gun, now he talking this shit.